You cannot be scared. You cannot ever be scared. Like, you got a business that grossed over $250,000 last year. You did that from starting at the trunk of your car. And I was like, yeah, I am a big deal. That is a big deal. That is an accomplishment. You can't lose nothing by starting. Just start.
What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons here, back with another great interview for you guys. Today's guest, it was a surprise, right? So I started doing my research on her because she hopped in my DMs on Instagram, and you know what I mean, we were just talking, and then I was like, dang, she doing good. Like she told me she got a staff of 14, and she been killing it. And I went and checked my emails just to see when we first started communicating. I seen it dated back all the way to 2016, before Clean Biz Network even existed. I said, so she a real, you know what I mean, AJ Simmons supporter. So I appreciate you. And I had to invite her on because she didn't tell me how much she was making yet or anything, but for her to hire staff of 14, I said, oh, she killing it. I gotta get it. No, I gotta get on here because she said she started with just a few little supplies in the back of her trunk. So to go from that to this, we got to talk about it. So please welcome the owner of So Nice Cleaning, Miss Tarika Lacey. What's up, Tarika? How you doing?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me, AJ. It's such an honor to be here. Yes. I was following you when you were doing videos and you weren't even showing your face. You was driving from one place to the next in your car, and you had a video pointed to the traffic.
Yep.
Just, I've been following you for a long time. There weren't very many people that I found relatable that I could follow, especially during the time that I started my business. And I found you to be very relatable. And I was like, some of the things that you were talking about, some I didn't, I knew that they were coming, but some of the things you were talking about, I knew how it felt. And so I was like, so I've always been a follower and supporter. And I always tell people that I meet in the business, some will do it. I'm like, you better follow AJ. You better tell you need to follow him. You know, because I ain't got the time. I'm rolling. So I tell you what I can. I'll tell you what I can, but you know.
That's what's up. I appreciate
for a long time. Yeah, you always had good information.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've been seeing the interviews recently, but we always start off, we jump straight into it. So I like to ask you, if you don't mind sharing, where are you right now in revenue with your cleaning business?
So it's so funny. I was surprised because when I started looking, because I was like, all right, I know these are some of the questions that he's going to ask me. I was like, let me see what's going on for this year. So right now I think I'm gonna probably hit like 300,000 for the year. Jeez. Not really good. I mean, but it ain't all coming to me. I got him.
Right, of course.
Right. So when I say, it's funny because a friend of mine has said to me, he was like, yo, you a whole gangster rapper. And I was like, what you mean? He's like, yo, you started off with like nothing, because he saw me start off. Yeah. He was like, you got a business that grossed over $250,000 last year. You did that from, starting at the trunk of your car. And I was like, man, when you say it like that, it's like, I am a big deal. That is a big deal. That is an accomplishment. And so, so I think it's funny that you asked that, because I've actually given up contracts. I had 6 schools.
Wow.
And I gave them up. And I gave them up because they were taking up so much of my time that they were like, I guess you would say they was like 60, maybe even close to 70% of my revenue. And I was like, if this falls, I'm done.
Right.
And I was looking at the structure of the schools, and I was like, I'm not really confident in the structure, just because I wasn't getting paid on time, different things like that. And I was like, I'm not confident with the structure, and they're taking up too much of my time. So when I think of what I'm bringing in and the time that it's taking, this ain't matching up.
Right.
So I started really hustling and getting more business. And then they didn't want day porters in the schools anymore, because they wanted day porters because of COVID. They don't want day porters anymore. That means all the night work is about to get heavier. And I was like, where's the money? I don't mind. Okay, you're getting rid of that. But my night workers, they need more money, and I still need to hire people to do trash runs. because I don't want to wear my night people out. They already carrying heavy trash. Now they're carrying trash from the whole day, 5 days a week. That's going to hurt them physically. You know what I'm saying? Right. I either have to be able to compensate them more money or hire more people so that they're not physically killing themselves.
Right.
And they ain't want to give me no more money. So I ain't want to get them no.
Yeah. That makes sense though. I love it. So
yeah, and
all
so
money ain't good.
Yeah, but it was scary to me to have such a large contract like that and to walk away from it. And I'm basically going to be breaking even. It seems like I'm still going to be making the same amount this year as I did the year before, but with less stress.
Yeah,
with less stress. And right now, I think administratively, as I'm growing, I want to grow administratively. You know, making sure all my paperwork is straight, all my financials are okay, because I'm interested in doing federal and state business. I want to do state and federal business. And you had asked a question, it must have been on Instagram recently, where it was like, would you like to be the subber or the subby?
Yeah.
I want to be the subber. Yeah, I'm okay with getting less money. I'm all right with that. Right. I'm to the point now where, you know, my kids are grown. I'm a grandmother. I want time. I don't want money. I want the money to fill my time. I don't, I want to make money. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna get my money, but I want time. Yeah. So I'm all right. Yeah.
Okay, and you at that stage too. And I think really what I was trying to do too was see my audience. I wanted to see, is everybody on that level you talking about now? Because that's typically who I talk to, but at least who I try to talk to, because that's what I would want. But then I had to learn. I'm like, wait a minute, we got some
everybody
people that just yes, right now, right, and they ain't there yet, so they rather just work for it and get that bigger percentage. So, but it's good to see I had a balance of it, because now I'm about to start mixing everybody together. Like we can partner up with each other. Then the ones that want to, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on. Let's rewind a little bit. Who is Tarika Lacey? Like, who are you? Where are you from? Let's jump into that right quick.
All right. So my name is Tarika Lacey. I am from West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Okay.
I live here now. I live in the Maryland area, right outside of Baltimore. I started. I'm an only child, but my grandparents raised me. I had a pretty loving yet rough upbringing, but I ended up, education was a really big part of my life. I was always a really good student. I always excelled in school and in sports, and anything that I got into. My grandparents were really big in keeping me in sports, and they were big about academia. I went to Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, which is the first HBCU. And so I went there for 2 years, and my grandfather passed away, and I couldn't afford to stay there anymore. So I came home and I worked, and I graduated from Temple University, which is in Philadelphia. I had one child, my son. He's doing real well right now. But during the time that I started this business, I always had 2 jobs. I worked in social work. I had a degree. I had a dual degree. I majored in education. I had a minor in psychology, and I hated teaching. So I started doing case management, and I started doing social services. So I was always working in my community doing educational advocacy or working with the underserved community. And so I always had 2 jobs. So I was bartending because that was my child support to me. So if I could, and it was also my way as a single mom to kind of go out, because you don't go out, you work. Right. Weekends, I spent the weekends with my son. So he was getting to that age where he was too old for a babysitter, but he couldn't stay home by himself. He was at that age, and he wasn't in the streets, but he liked girls, and I was like, oh, it's like, oh, and the girls was liking him, and I was like, okay, I got to stay home. So I stayed home. And we didn't have no extra money. We just had money to pay bills. And a friend of mine from college said to me, every time you come over here, you help us clean up whenever we have a party. He was like, and he was like, my wife be so happy. Like, why don't you just, he's like, we pay somebody $185 every 2 weeks to clean our house. Why don't you come and I'll offer that to you? Because he knew I was financially struggling at the time. So I said, okay. And I had my son, and he was like, well, why can't, I'm not going to say their names, but he called their kids' names out because they're like, we raised our kids together.
Right.
Why can't they do it? Because we clean our house. He like, I was like, they just live differently. But
right.
they live different. Like, we're not going to look at them different just because they don't clean their own stuff. They just live different. Listen, it's $185 every 2 weeks. I ain't telling my son that, but I'm like, if you come with me, you're going to do the same thing you do at home. I said, we're going to be in and out of there. It's going to be like 2.5 hours, and I'm going to give you $50. Now, at the time, my son was, he was 14, 15. So $50 for 2 hours to him was like, let's go, let's do it. So that's what we would do. And before you know it, we got other houses in the neighborhood. I never expected this to turn into this, never. Right. And so we started doing houses. So I had gone to a meeting, and I was working in Baltimore City. And I was on Johns Hopkins campus. And while I'm in the meeting, I'm looking in the office. I'm like, it's dirty in here. Like, so dirty. Like, yeah, I was like, so I asked the administrator, I was like, who does y'all cleaning? So she said a cleaning company. I said, well, what do they do?
Right.
And so she was like, well, they basically, it seems like they only just take out the trash and they do the bathrooms. So I was like, how much do they charge? Because I had no clue. I had no clue how to price a building or anything. And when she told me $850 for once a week,
wow,
somebody to come, I was like, and she was like, do you know a cleaning company? I was like, yeah, I got a cleaning company. I didn't have a cleaning company. This is when Vistaprint, I think you could get cards then for like $5.99, AJ. I mean, it was like,
right. Now, back then, I think they give them to you free. You just pay for the shipping, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. So it was like on my cards, I didn't even really have a real name. It was just Tarika's Cleaning Service. I never thought of it as a business. I thought of it as side hustle strictly. And it was a way to put money in my son's pocket. So now he not asking me for money. Right. He got more money than most of his friends. You know what I'm saying? And I got the money that I need. It wasn't the bartender money, but it was getting to that point. So I was like, man, this is nice. So I did it, and we went to a meeting. They approved me. Like when we left, they were like, yes, we would like y'all to start. But by the end of the week, we need your articles of incorporation and your insurance papers. So I'm walking out the door. I'm like, well, I know what insurance papers are. Don't got that. I was cleaning houses with no insurance. Right. No insurance. So I was like, okay, articles of incorporation. Let me use my context clues. Oh, I'm supposed to be a real business. Right. Oh, so I never had thought about any of that. So I literally looked on my phone and I Googled, how do I get articles of incorporation? Maryland. Bam. It told me how to do it. So I woke up the next morning when my voice was really scratchy and deep. And I called my boss and told them that I was sick and I wasn't coming in. Right. I went and got my articles of incorporation, and that's how I started my business. That is it. Wow.
That's great. So you know what?
That's how I grew.
The main thing I like on that one is people, y'all got to realize, like, take the job first, take the opportunity first. We figure the rest out afterwards. I definitely done that for everything that I ever did. Like, Google is this, we figure it out. Or YouTube is this, we figure it out. And I mean, I like that. So now hold up though. So you went from college graduate to cleaning business owner. Did you ever feel like you wasted money on college, or you felt like?
Absolutely. I want all my money back. If Temple University is watching, I would like all of my money back. I want it all back. I will say this though, I met some really wonderful people. I'm a only child, even though I don't feel like one, my grandparents raised me and I had a lot of cousins.
Right.
So I never felt like an only child, and I wasn't spoiled like some people would say. I was spoiled with love, but I wasn't spoiled with things. What I will say, I feel like I paid a whole bunch of money to meet some really good people, but other than that, I want my money back. Like I'm not using my degree. I think the level of education that I have now, like as far as English, you know, writing and being able to read and comprehend contracts and things of that nature, I feel like I really gained that in high school.
Yeah.
There's nothing really technical. I mean, I would say from working in a professional arena, it helps me with being able to deal with clients without feeling any anxiety. Like, you're not better than me. Like, I know, I be like, I'm nervous. I'm like, for what? They bleed red just like you.
Right.
Like, they're nervous to market. They're nervous to talk to people. They're nervous. No, I'm just like you. The only part about it for me is this is more, when you talk about janitorial and commercial cleaning, it's more of a man's business, as you can say. It's more of a man's business. So a lot of times people don't think that you know what you're talking about, especially when it comes to stripping and waxing floors and that kind of thing. But even learning that, I partnered with people.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I partnered with people. I've never been afraid. There's so much money out here, so much money to get. So I've never been afraid to partner.
Right. So let me ask you this: what do you think is separating you and allowing you to be successful in comparison to all of these other companies that probably started at the same time you did? Like, what do you think you're doing? You know what I mean?
Like, I'll be honest with you. I do. How am I gonna say this? I do shit. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do shit. Like even when like my whole premise is I'm smaller. Like I'm smaller than a lot of people. You know how big these cleaning companies are out here. Okay. And I'm smaller than a lot of people, but you're not better than me. You're not better than me. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how many people you got. I don't care how much equipment you got. I don't care how you got a fleet of trucks. I don't care. You're not better than me. I'd be damned if you're gonna be better than me. We're gonna be the best, and I'm gonna stand on it. And that's how I do my employees. I'm really good with like nobody who works for me makes less than $15 an hour. That's just from the gate. You're gonna make $15 an hour coming in the door. And your incentive for good work is that if you do get done early, you still get paid for the whole shift. And because I've done the job myself, I always put it out an hour over what it would actually be to do the job. So yeah, I'm always treating you fairly. You know what I mean? You always gonna feel like you got a big bang for your buck. I make sure I buy top of the line materials, top of the line supplies. If there's 3 janitorial closets in the building, all 3 of them gonna be filled up. You ain't got to take stuff from the bottom all the way to the top. I'm gonna have in a building, you know, if it's a large building, if it's 3 floors, you're gonna have at least 2 vacuums in there, you know, one on the first, one on the third. You never have to, you always are going to be able to work smarter, not harder. And I have a system, I've developed a system that if you don't follow the system that I've given to you, I know that you're playing around. Like it's no way. The cleaning system that I developed is so 100 that I can tell when somebody's not doing it. And I say, are you using the cleaning system? And they be like, well, I'll be like, that's why. Please use the cleaning system that we trained you and how we trained you. Yeah.
I love that. Just say like the way you built that, the reason why you were able to do it is because you actually done the work before.
Did it. Yeah, you know what I
did it. And a lot of people always want me to like, they want to jump, they want to skip steps and it just show me how to automate the business. I'm just trying to get the contracts and put people in there. And I'm like, I mean, technically, yeah, you can do that, but I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be able to build that system, you know what I mean, like Teresa did, without actually being out there and putting in that work first. You know what I mean? So I love to hear that.
When I hear people who try to subcontract work to me, I've had people call me and ask me to go to walkthroughs and stuff like that to represent them because they want to sub it to me. And then when I'm talking to them, I can tell they absolutely know nothing about cleaning. They don't know anything about the business. And then they try to offer me such a low amount that I'm like, you have no idea. You have no clue what it takes to do this. So that's why all you're doing is bidding the lowest. You're not going to keep this contract regardless of who you get.
Facts.
You're not going to keep it because the money ain't there.
100%. Now, I know that you said you had a staff of 14. So what I'm wondering is, are these 1099 workers or are these actual W-2 employees?
So I'm gonna say it was 14 when you asked me the question.
Right.
Today it's 14. It's 11. You know,
Okay.
One of them they moved on, and I understood why they moved on. You know what I mean? That was but two of them I had to let go. You know, it's just one of those things. But as far as that, I will tell people. So right now I have 1099 and W-2. Okay. I'm trying to switch everything over to strictly W-2. But there's a lot that goes into that because then you got to start paying well, I do it now, but you got to start paying more unemployment insurance.
Yes.
I found myself, and I want to share this with you. A lot of people don't like to talk about the mistakes and things that happen. If you are new in this business, I don't care if you're cleaning houses. I don't care if you got 1 building, 2 buildings, get some workers' comp insurance. If you got somebody that's working for you, they might be your friend or somebody you just met and they seem to be doing well. The minute that they get hurt or they want to act like they got hurt and you don't have workers' comp insurance, regardless of whether they're W-2 or not, you have to have workers' comp insurance because right now I'm in litigation with that.
Wow. I appreciate you sharing that though.
Yeah, I am. And it was something that I kind of had to learn the long way. It's not going to hurt me to the point where it's going to take my business under, you know what I mean? But it's some money I don't want to spend, you know, because either way, right. I mean, how can I say it? It's like, it's either lube or a sandpaper condom. Either way, it's going down. You're going to get, you know what I'm saying? It's either you're going to pay the lawyer or you're going to pay the person. But you're going to pay somebody. You paying. Yeah. You're going to pay.
That's I ain't heard that one before.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Now you said something right there though. You said that you want to convert the 1099 workers into W-2. So why do you prefer the W-2 workers over the contractors?
Well, there's so many rules, and it's state to state they go with like contractors. Like, so for instance, everybody that I was paying that was a contractor, you can't provide them with any training.
Right.
So like, for instance, so the 1099, it would have to be somebody who, like, if they were stripping and waxing, like I got my floor guys, right? Mm-hmm. That's all they do. All they do is carpet, stripping, waxing. That's all they do. Right. I didn't train them how to do that. That's a skill set that they already came with. So right. Because I didn't train them, they have because I didn't train them, it's they could do 1099. All right. The minute that you provide, there's a list, but for me, because I train everybody and I train people to train people, the minute that you train someone to do a job the way that you want it done, they're considered an employee, even if they are at 1099. So all of the stuff that goes along, except for unemployment, as long as they sign something saying that they understand that they are 1099, mm-hmm. Everything else that a regular W-2 employee can do to you, like sue you, they can do. Right. They can. So, you know, of course, I found that out, trial and error. That's why I appreciate what you do so much, because a lot of people, you know, they get into this business and nobody teaches you. You really learn a lot of things by trial and error. Yeah. Like, you know, you really do. And you make, you know, but it's never one of those things where I feel like even with this situation with the court stuff, mm-hmm. I'm not losing, I'm learning. Right. Because to me, like, I hate to say it like this, but I mean, it just is what it is. I'm from the hood, I'm from West Philly, you know what I mean? So if somebody would have told me, like, yeah, you get ready to pay these lawyers all this money. Like, I even think, like, right now, if I think about the people who owe me that haven't paid me this month, and it's the end of the month, it's about maybe $15,000 out there. I'm from a place where you can't owe nobody $15,000. Like, that just doesn't happen. What do you mean? And so, like, when I think about that, like, when I think about where I came from and the fact that I had $15,000 that's owed out there to me from, and we're not talking about like Earl and Schmitty's doctor's office. We talking about hospitals.
Yeah.
They owe me money. I know I'm going to get it, but it's like, I couldn't have imagined having people owe me this much, but I'm okay. Like my payroll's still gonna be all right. Everything's still gonna be okay. Yeah, like I told you before we got on this call, I had surgery recently and I had to sit back and I thought to myself, okay, well, I have to recover. I can't really leave the house. I can't drive and stuff like that for a while. And I'm still okay.
Yeah.
I'm still all right. You know what I mean? I'm still okay.
I'm gonna ask you this because this is good stuff. You're going deep, and it's forcing me to actually ask you different questions now versus the little cookie cutter ones that I usually would do, right?
Okay, no, I'm sorry.
No, this is good. This is perfect because I think the audience needs to hear this type of stuff. So let me ask you this: how did you develop that mindset to think like? Because basically, like it's very apparent that you down to earth. You didn't forget where you came from. You know what I mean? So it's like, how did you develop the patience? Because some people are going in and snap like, no, I ain't. No, I mean, you know how we can react, right? So it's like, how did you develop the ability to carry it the way that you do?
So, I mean, I already got a college degree, right? I already have worked. I gave a lot of myself to my community and working. And when I got into this and I started making this a business, I was like, look, this just gonna have to work. And it's like these things, like, how can I explain it? It's like, all right, if we talking about where you come from, I don't know about y'all, but in Philly, after a rainy day, you get ready to cross the street, it's mystery moisture. It be days after rain, it's a puddle, and it's like, I don't know whether that's piss, I don't know what that is, but I have to get over it. So you gotta sometimes jump back to get over things. And I think sometimes people like, when you hide, like when I first started working and I was just working, I was cleaning all the houses myself. Then I started getting more business. I knew I couldn't do all that myself, but I did most of it myself. Like even leaving my job, I think, like I remember leaving my job, that was the scariest shit in the world for me because I remember doing my budget and I was like, if I leave my job with what I have right now as a single mother, I'm going to be $400 under. That $400 under what my monthly budget is. I ain't had no man. I ain't had no, my child's father wasn't helping me at the time. I was like, damn, how am I gonna do this? But I literally started, when I would get phone calls out when I was at work, I was looking at all the business I couldn't go out and do.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's my 400 right there. That's my 400 plus some. And I remember it was time for me to re-sign my contract. And I literally sat there. I think I pissed on myself a little bit because I ain't signed it. Right. I was like, that's it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I just remember feeling like a lot of times, just like how you do, you could tell everybody everything to do. It's really about doing it. Yeah. People don't want to make flyers and knock on doors. People don't want to cold call. People don't want to do that stuff. They don't want to hear no. You know what I mean? It's hard that you go in and you go into a doctor's office and the CNAs is like, hi, how you doing? And you're like, hi, I'm here from somebody cleaning. But I've learned to bring stuff. I give people stuff. Yeah. I hand sanitizer, lotion, candy. You know, I have it all in a little bag because I'm going to give the gatekeeper something for giving me a business card or a name for somebody I could call, you know, stuff like that. They don't want to do those kinds of things. When it's time to pay somebody to do the job that you can't do, you know what I mean? They want the money, but I'm like, I'd rather pay them so I can have a little bit more time. Yeah. I already been poor. I already know what it's like to be really, really broke. You know, I know what it's like to be broke. So it don't scare me to get rid of a little bit of money as long as I know I got a way to make some more. Like, you know, just give me some time. And I think it's that jumping back to jump over something. That's really what it is. And people got to understand when you building something substantial, you got to build it with bricks, not sticks. I'm building this with bricks. It's heavier. It's going to take longer. But for me, this is it. I had one guy, and that's why I had so much respect for you. I couldn't find anybody in this business that was like me that would talk to me. Yeah. and tell me anything. Nobody would tell me anything. I met one white guy right now. At the time that I met him, he was netting 40,000 a month. Netting.
Damn good.
That means he was paying his taxes quarterly. Like what he got, that was all his. I was like 40,000. The fact that I can even, that's gonna happen for me. Like there's no doubt in my mind that that's gonna happen for me. Right. But he shared things with me, and when he would spend time with me, he would tell me, "Don't. My time is very valuable. Please don't call me unless you have any questions about these about these things that I told you, and I'll help you however I can."
Right.
And that's how it was. And I called him a couple of years ago, and I was like, I basically accomplished all the things that we talked about. My business is up and moving. I wanted to let you know. So then I started talking to him about different things, but he's so off the chain now. He's rolled this into other things. And
damn. So let me ask you this. So how did you meet him?
So I was living in an apartment complex when I started this business, and the people who used to come and clean, I was like, "Hey, is this your cleaning company?" Right. I just literally opened up my door one day and I was like, "Hey, this your cleaning company?" Yeah. They were like, "No, we work for, I said, "Who owns the company?" And they said, "Ryan." And I was like, "You think," I said, "Well, I just started cleaning houses. You think he'll talk to me?" I took this man, this is gonna blow your mind. I took this man, I said, "Can you please meet me at Panera Bread? I'll buy you some lunch or whatever." We get to the Panera Bread. He didn't want nothing. I think he got a cup of coffee. And we sat down. I had a list of questions because I didn't want to waste his time. And I said, "What took you to the next level?" He said, "Well, I have all of the Panera Breads in Maryland, and I do their floors and their upholstery." He was like, "It's basically being ready for the opportunity." And he was like, "So that's why I want to charge you, to be here." And I was like, "Thank you." Yeah, really, really great guy. Really great guy. The name of his company is called Bayside Cleaning. It's here in Maryland. Nice. Yeah. But for me, it's no going back for me. It's no going back. This is it. I may add other things on. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, send his information. I'm gonna try to get him for an interview too.
Yes. Oh man, he's great. If he has the time. When I last time I talked to him, he told me, my wife always tells me I should get into teaching people how to, run business. And I think probably because, he's spending a lot of time running his business.
Right.
That might free up some time for him. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, speaking of teaching, you got a background in education, so very personable. Have you considered like mentoring or teaching or coaching or start a YouTube channel?
I actually have. It's so funny. I bought a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Like equipment and lighting, and it's actually at my office. Okay. I think what it was when I first started trying to get into it. I met a wonderful man. I'm engaged now.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. I met a wonderful man, and at the time, I used to do lives, not about cleaning, sometimes about business and just being an entrepreneur. And I think the attention that I was getting at the time on the lives, I really didn't want because I was in a relationship. So I kind of stopped. It's actually something that I want to get back to doing. I'm actually, I just made a little investment. It wasn't much. It was a couple $1,000s. I want to do an online boutique. That's something totally different. Because I'm going to be getting married and moving. So I figured this would be a way to be online. I'm stupid. I'm real funny. So I'm thinking like, so I'm like, this would be a way to sell my bags and see my people and meet new people and just be done. But yeah, I've thought about it. I think from the standpoint that you do it, I think that it's a great thing. There's another woman I watch, not particularly my style, but I like what she does. I wouldn't do things the way that she does it, but I like Tenacity Clean.
Oh yeah,
I've watched her. Yeah, not that we got two totally different Steves. Like our Steves are totally different. Right. But I like what she's doing. I think for me, I want to be able, if I can, to talk to women who, I've met women that have been in this business 15 years. Yeah. They still cleaning. Yeah, they still cleaning with their own hands. It's nothing wrong with that. There's no disrespect in that. But after a while, physically, your body cannot take that much. It cannot take it. Clean, like, I don't really like to catch any contracts where my staff has to clean more than 4 hours. If 6, maybe 6, because after 4 hours, it's downhill. It's downhill. You know what I mean? If you're working in a school or something, then that's different because they got times when they can rest and it's a little lull and stuff like that. Right, like a quarter position, right? Yeah, that's not as hard. But when we talk, I like evening cleaning. Less people call out at night. Yep. And if they do, you got more time to fill it up. Yeah. But somebody calling you at 8 o'clock in the morning telling you they ain't gonna be there at 9, and now you trying to call to wake people up. Yep. So yeah, it's definitely different. I like the night. I like night cleaning.
For sure.
Night is perfect.
Exactly. Now you mentioned the office. At what point did you know that it was time to get an office? And I guess, is it worth it? Because I know some people are scared to invest in the office because they don't see how they can make direct money off of paying that rent every month. So what's your take on when to get it and how it's beneficial for you?
So for me, of course, I wasn't, so they had these things, they're called like office hubs. Yep.
What is that?
So like, yeah, so like you pay a small monthly fee, a co-op, yeah. Yep. So you pay a small monthly fee. That's cool for some people. For me, I had too much information, you know, for HR stuff, background check stuff. Even though they got locks and things like that, I didn't want to leave that there. In the beginning, when I first started my business, I started interviewing people at Panera Bread and Starbucks and stuff like that. And I mean, people would come to the interviews, but they wasn't respecting my gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really need you to respect my gangster. Like, you know what I mean? I need you to understand, like, I have a real business, you know, right. And I needed a home for my business. Now, it doesn't have to be that pretty. I know some people, a lot of guys, like, I partner with a lot of floor guys. I have my own floor guys, but I partner with floor guys, and they got their offices. Their offices look like Stanford and Son, where there's all kinds of equipment and you're going to sit down and, you know, but that's a different thing. When you, for me, I don't know. And it's a place for me to work. Now I have to have an office because I'm going to be moving from here to Alabama. So I need a place where I can come because I want to do my own walkthroughs in my own buildings once a month right now. Hopefully it'll become something that'll be quarterly. But I want to do walkthroughs and I want to have a place where I can still conduct business. So yeah, I would say it is a good investment because when you really start hiring, but there's nothing wrong with starting off just like I did at the library, at the, you know, Starbucks or at the Panera. But yeah, the library is cool because it's quiet and you can rent a room out. So I did those.
Moved to Alabama. So
Alabama.
Right. So what you gonna do? Like, are you gonna sell the company? You gonna keep it running from a distance?
No. So I don't really want a lot more business here. I think right now I got enough business here that it can be managed with the staff that I have, and it'll grow at a pace that I would like it to grow. Right now, I've got some tax issues that I needed to get in order. So now I'm good with all of that. And I'm getting all of my certifications so I could do direct business with the government. That's what I'm doing. That's all I'm worried about. Yeah, that's all I'm worried about.
Now you got, I gotta ask you this then, since you're gonna be able to run the business from a distance, you already talked about you got a system in place anyway. I don't know if are you 100% out of the field yet?
Am I 100% out of what? I can't hear you.
Out of the field? Like, are you doing any cleaning at all?
Yeah, no. The only thing I do in the field right now is inventory.
Gotcha.
It's really one of those things where I really wrote stuff down. I wrote it down and I'm thinking, I mean, the way that you're talking to me, the way that you talking to me, I'm older. Like, I'm not afraid to tell anybody, like, I'm 47. So in my mind, I'm like, I ain't got a whole bunch of time.
Right.
I can't be physically doing this. I mean, I work out, I try to stay in shape and that kind of thing. But I knew that this wasn't something that I could physically do for a long period of time. Even though cleaning didn't bother me at all. I mean, it actually was another way for me to work out, but I knew that 8 hours a day, sometimes 12, sometimes 14 hours a day, I was out here humping. And to me, I started thinking about the long picture. I think a lot of times we live in a society where everybody they want it now. They want that immediate gratification. You know what I mean? To me, it gets greater later for me. I'd rather take the time, and it just be cold and it'll just be hard and I'll suffer now, but I'm gonna lift these bricks. And if it means that I gotta take a pay cut, and if it means that I can't get my hair and nails done, or it means that if it means I gotta sacrifice something for the greater picture later, I'm okay. But I'm okay with that. I think it's that sacrifice for me. And I just started thinking, like, what am I going to do if I'm not going back to work? And this is how I'm going to do this. So I would get to a point where, like, if I would get another contract, I would be like, all right, if I'm already surviving off of this, put somebody else in there. Put somebody else in there. Like, you got to be determined about it, and you got to write stuff down. A lot of people don't want to write stuff down. The world that we live in, something happens right now, a family member passes away or something tragic happens. You're not going to remember all your goals and dreams. You're not even going to remember what you're supposed to do next. So you need to have something that you could turn to and be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me get myself back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I didn't let anything bother me. Like, when I tell you I'm a whole gangster rapper, I'm just somebody, I've never been in any trouble or anything like that. I came from West Philly, but I ain't from the streets for real. I ain't never sold no dope or done nothing crazy. 3 years ago, I found myself in a position where I was at the wrong place at the wrong time and I got shot.
Oh, wow.
Like, literally. So it was just like, okay, I gotta regroup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This business still gotta keep going. Kids gotta get taken care of. My mother had breast cancer. And if it was not for this business, I would not have been able to take care of my mother. I would not have been able to deal with some of the things that I dealt with. Like, I literally was just wrong place, wrong time. And it was like, wait, what just happened? Did I just get so life happens and you just got to be able to regroup. Like, I don't know. I guess I just had the type of personality. Ain't nothing going to stop me. Like, never. Nothing, ever. Right. It's just never going to happen.
Number one, you wrote it down, right? So I think that's important. Number two, you're a go-getter. And people don't understand, like, you got to be willing to sacrifice, hustle, like, do the stuff that ain't nobody else willing to do. And then number three, I want to point something out too. Because you said you 47. I couldn't tell until you said it, honestly. So this is a prime example. Yeah, no problem. So what that means, what I'm trying to tell people is, as long as, because you said you exercise, you try to exercise, right? And I try to tell people that's why you should start now for the people who ain't got started with their business, because as long as you take care of yourself physically, for the most part, the way that you feel today, you probably can feel like that in 5-10 years. It's just maintain your health and then write down your plan and execute it. You know what I mean? You can still live that free life.
I'm telling you, you have to write it down. So, like, for me, even like, only reason I had to do surgery, so I can't run up the steps right now because of the incision. You know what I'm saying? So I can't run up the steps. But I'm telling you, beside my bed, I have whiteboards. It's small little whiteboards.
Right.
And I have my physical, my spiritual, and my business goals.
Yeah.
And then on one, I have just stuff that I just want God to help me with right now. Like, God help me with patience, or it might even be for a friend. Like, I got a friend who got cancer. Please, keep them safe. But I'm talking about, like, because for me, people try to act like life don't hit you hard sometimes. So if life hits you hard, you don't remember none of your goals and dreams and what you were supposed to be doing the next day and all of that. But after you deal with whatever you got to deal with, life's still going to happen and your mind is going every which way. So you got to have something that you can turn to and be like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like every night before I go to bed, I write down all this stuff. I put it on the notes on my phone. All right, tomorrow I need to go to the P.O. box. I need to pick up some checks. I need to go and get inventory from such and such and such. I need to take my shirts to the printer. I need to pick up my mom, take her to the doctors. I got to like all the stuff that I have to do. And sometimes during the day, I forget, like, or something will happen. And I'll be like, damn. And then I'm like, I can't believe that happened. And then I'll be like, all right, I got to get focused. Right. And sometimes just doing that, it gets the people away from you, even though you love them. It gets people away from you that you need. You just be like, all right, well, I'm so sorry that that happened to you.
Right.
But let me get back to this list. Right. Because I got a life to live. You cannot possibly think that your mind, especially, see, I came along when the internet first came along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it was just different. So with all of this stuff, texts, phone calls, because you got your phone with you all day. Ain't no going home and boop, seeing who you missed call. No, it's everybody on you. Emails from all these different accounts, people calling you because they need this or they need that. All of these different things going on. And then you got your family. You gotta write this stuff down. There's no way you could keep that in your mind.
Right.
All your goals, you gotta write them down. And then after a while, you start looking. So like I had my goals for the year and it was so funny because it was 6 of them. And I got 2 left and it's the end of the year. And I'm like, all right, one of them I can do. Like I wanted to buy an investment piece of property. Mm-hmm. They got property all over for $10,000. I'm like, all right, I can just go ahead and grab one. Right. You know, let me grab something. I'll come back and fix it up. Just let me grab something.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of how it's going now. Yeah. That's like, and stay around people that do what you do or that think how you think. Find them. Right. Find them. Watch them. Find them. Stop hanging around people that ain't doing nothing.
100%. That's it. Now, I see my internet been tripping, so I ain't gonna hold you much longer. I'm gonna try to get out of here before it mess up more or something. Okay. But we can jump into this lightning round real quick, and we're gonna have some fun with it. And I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, and I'm gonna get you out of here. So,
all right, no problem.
First, by the way the lightning round works is I say a word or a phrase. You say the first thing that comes to mind. All right, ready? Okay. All right, but first word is Maryland.
Bye. See you later. No, bye. Yeah.
The next one is West Philly.
Love.
Okay. After that, then I got to do this. Will Smith, because I heard what you said earlier. West Philadelphia, born and raised, right? So Will Smith is the next one.
That's the family. Everybody family. Okay. Everybody love Will Smith. Like if you from West Philly, you love Will Smith. If you from Philly, yeah, then you love Will Smith.
But all right, I'm gonna throw one more in there. Kevin Hart.
I'm happy for him. He ain't my favorite. I don't think he's funny.
Okay.
But I'm glad to see him. But see, there it is. That man was determined.
Yeah.
That he was gonna get it, and he did. So I respect. That's my word for Kevin Hart. Respect.
But I can get that. All right, but college.
Racket.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're gonna be a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer, or something technical. I do believe that people that teach kids need to go to college, but yeah, it's a racket.
Yeah. Okay. Cleaning business.
Money.
Okay, I agree. Yeah. Your favorite all-purpose cleaner?
Vital Oxide.
Okay, that's a good one.
You heard of Vital Oxide?
Yeah, I have actually, and nobody even talks about that no more like that. It was real hot at one time.
Yeah, they tried to get me. They tried to get me because I called the people who made it.
Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic, because you could clean with it and you could fog with it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he tried to get me for $50 a bottle. I was like, no,
yeah, they
no,
crazy.
Yeah, Vital Lifestyle. I like the way it smells. It smells good. Yeah.
Okay. What else? Because I like all purpose cleaners that are actual disinfectant too. That's the ones I try to get. Yeah.
And that's what I do. Yeah.
Backpack vacuum or upright vacuum?
Upright. I'm gonna go with that Sanitaire.
Okay.
That Sanitaire. Oh, you could throw that down the steps and that thing will keep working. That thing will keep working. Yeah. I like that Sanitaire. The old school Sanitaire. Yes. Backpack bags are okay, but yeah. It's for after construction clean backpack bags, no doubt. But the Sanitaire, the upright, yeah.
Okay. Real estate or stocks?
I'm just getting into real estate. I have starting to do stocks. Right now, I ain't feeling stocks because, stocks is down. I still am putting my money in.
Yeah.
But I feel like, because again, I'm getting out of that mindset. I met a man who I can actually follow, you know what I mean? And so he's teaching me things. And, I still every week put money into stocks. They just come straight out from my bank account. And I'm just looking at me putting it in and just watching it go down. But then sometimes, but I look at what he's accomplished.
Yeah.
And what he's shown me, and just watching things and knowing that this is the perfect time, even though it don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time. But before I leave Baltimore, I'm going to buy a house in Baltimore City. Definitely, because I know that the value of that house in 10 years is going to be ridiculous compared to what I spent.
Sure.
And so I'm getting into investment property. Neither one of my parents owned a home. And it just was something that wasn't really put in me like that, but it is now. Yeah. So
I think you're saying both.
Both. I think a little, but I haven't been in either one of them. So like this house that I have, it's a small row home. And I mean, I do see the value of this house since I bought it, and it hasn't been that long, go up. And I was surprised, like, oh, okay. But both of them I'm so new getting into, because like for me, it's so funny. I have, somebody asked me, they said, how much is it going to take you to retire? I said, $1.6 million.
Dang, you own it.
Because I know how much it would take me to retire and then have the rolling income coming in, but I need 1.6 to just be like, all right. And I don't ever think I'll really retire. I always want to have a 4-hour workday. I want to check on my money.
Yep.
I want to check on my money and see what's going on. I mean, I think I'm gonna always work. Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work.
Same here, by the way. All right. The last book you ever read, or not ever, the last book you read, or the book you currently read?
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my God, I can't remember to tell you. It's called The Superior Man.
The Superior Man. Why do I know that name? I'm trying to think.
So really, I don't want to say, so I kind of read it because I ordered it and I sent it to my son. So my man was reading it. And I remember looking at him read it and I was like, wow, Superior Man. And then I was like, why am I hating?
Right.
Superior Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I hating on this man for reading this book?
Right.
So I would pick it up and read some of it. And I was like, damn, this is a really good book. And so I ordered one and I ordered it off Amazon. I didn't mean to send it here. I meant to send it to my son. Mm-hmm. And so then I ordered it on Audible. So I haven't really been reading it per se, but that's what I've been listening to in the car.
Okay.
The Superior Man. I want to be a good wife. I've been a good mother and a good daughter, but I think I'm a good business owner, but I want to be a good wife, you know? Yeah. So I wanted to, it's a good book to understand the way a superior man thinks. What's wrong with being a superior man? I want a superior man. I feel like my man. superior here. So
That's what's up. I love that. All right. Your favorite thing to do during your downtime?
anybody, I just want to be around people I love. I don't care who it is. If there's friends, family, even my damn self. Just everybody just be around people I love. That's during my downtime. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I don't need a lot.
Okay. Favorite music genre?
Oh, well, I don't like to say that. I like all Black music. I like everything Black. No, I like everything Black. But so let me say this. I do have some Caribbean roots, and I am right now, I think I go through trends of what I listen to at the time. I'm always be a hip hop girl, but I go through trends. So right now, I've been listening to a lot of soca right now, because it's always been my dream to be in Carnival as an older woman. I've been in Carnival from young, but I want to be in Carnival as an older woman with my daughter-in-law and have my grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel so rich. Like that's what makes me feel rich. Like I got my daughter-in-law. Like my son brought me a whole daughter and a whole grandbaby, and I'm healthy enough to march up and bust a wine with my daughter-in-law. Like that's what. So that's what I'm trying to manifest in my head right now. Hopefully, because she just told me the other day, she said, I don't know, Mom, I think I might be pregnant. I said, well, let me know what's going on, because we're supposed to be going to Carnival, all of us.
Right.
I want to go back to St. Thomas and show my friends, my family. You know what I mean? I'm from Philly, but I lived in St. Thomas for a while, and I have a lot of friends and stuff there. So I want to go back and be like, look at my family. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. All right. The last one I got for you for the lightning round is, because you said you like hip hop, top 5 rappers. And I'm gonna ask you this too, because you from Philly, so that's the punchline rappers, like that's where they at right there. So
right. People don't give Cassidy his props. Shout out to Cassidy.
Shout out to Cassidy. Look, if it weren't for Cassidy, I sure wouldn't be the rapper I am. That's a fact.
Right. Come on now. People don't give Cassidy his props, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, Tariq Trotter.
Okay.
Tariq Trotter from the Roots. I'm sorry. I would say Nasir Jones.
Yes.
Tariq, Nas. That's so old. I'm about to show my age for real. Ain't nobody gonna know who I'm talking about. Big L. It wouldn't have been right. It wouldn't have been Master Ace.
Okay.
They are kind of underground. I'm like a real underground type of. Okay, and Big Daddy Kane.
Okay. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know Master Ace, but Big Daddy Kane.
You know what I forgot? I gotta take somebody out, because I don't care. Lil Wayne. I love Wayne.
For real?
I mean, he made nothing in a while, but I love Wayne.
Okay.
Yeah, I still listen to Wayne.
Okay. You got me. You surprised me with that one. Okay. Because he's completely different than all the rest of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I love Lil Wayne. He's so smart, and his rhymes are good. It's just not TikTok 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with TikTok 3 o'clock, but I love Wayne. I do. Yeah, I like it. I like Wayne.
That's what's up. All right, that finishes the lightning round. Now I gotta ask you the question I ask everybody at the end of the interview. If somebody watching this video right now, they scared to take that jump and take action and start their cleaning business or whatever type of business, what would you tell that person?
I wouldn't even talk to them, because I can't talk to people that's scared. No, for real. I can't even talk to you. No, what you scared? No, you cannot be scared. You cannot ever be scared. Like, you should be scared to be scared. Like, you cannot be scared, because what can you lose? Like, you can't lose nothing by starting. Just start. Like, even if you mess up real bad and you tear up real bad, like, Just start. Just start. And I mean, literally, if I wanted to start a cleaning business right now, or buy my cleaning supplies, don't even buy a vacuum cleaner, because you shouldn't be taking vacuums from place to place really anyway. And if somebody asks, well, how you ain't got no vacuum cleaner? For non-cross contamination, ma'am. You don't want me vacuuming in somebody's house that has a dog, and then I'm coming to your house, rubbing it all over your carpet. You need
Right.
to get, right. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to get your stuff. You don't even have to have name brand shirt. Get you a green $5 shirt from the Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walmart, wherever. Get you a green shirt. Whoever's working with you, they all got on green shirts. You ain't got to have my people wear smocks and stuff now. And I'm so serious. If I ever go in a job site and they don't got them smocks on, I'll be like, what's happening today? What's going on? No, seriously, just do it. And I mean, that's literally going in neighborhoods, putting cards or whatever. Go, and now y'all got the social media, like you get a page, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I just can't do TikTok. I got Instagram and I got Facebook.
Gotcha.
And just promote yourself. If you can spend, and a lot of these people who scared, you ain't scared to go buy Newports every day. You ain't scared to go, you know what I'm saying, go buy weed that you know, whenever I hear somebody, yeah, I was about to do that, you wasn't about to do nothing. You just talking. Yeah. Stop talking, stop running your mouth, and get up and get out and do something. There were months that I didn't make no money. Like when I say I ain't make no money, when I first started, there were months that it was bad. And, you know, I made $250, $300 extra, but I kept humping. I kept going. I never stopped. It's nothing. There's nothing, even water, a droplet of water on a rock over time is going to make that rock not look the same. It's going to look different.
Yep.
So if you keep doing something and you really believe in it, even when it's hard, it's going to work out.
Yeah.
The same way, if you just keep being scary and not doing nothing, that's what's going to happen. You just going to be scary and not doing nothing.
Right.
You know, but see, it's so many people got these things. I want to say this and I'm going to let you go. Like, you know, people are always looking to other people for inspiration, and that's cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you got like certain people like Oprah. Like, I've had people say things to me like, so is cleaning your passion?
Right.
I crack up laughing because I think to myself, if God would have showed me a video or a picture of myself with a mop at 10 o'clock at night in a community center, I would have fell out and rolled across the floor like, why have you forsaken me, God? What did I do? I've been trying to live right. I swear I try to live right. Why did this happen to me? And it was the best damn thing that ever happened to me. People, they got to get in this mindset. Like, I guess I got the kind of mindset where like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it. I have no why would I believe otherwise? I'm a human being that's here. You know how many sperm my dad shot out, and I'm the one that made it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe for me too, like being someplace that I ain't know that I was gonna get shot, and I'm alive, like literally alive. Like, it was 2 bullets came in the car, 1 grazed my chin. Man. If I would have ducked, I would have been done. Or if I would have been moved up, one of my son's friends or him would have been done. Right. It's nothing you can say to me. Everything I touch, because God says so. I'm supposed to be here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Like, that's just that. There's no other thing. What? How can you believe that you're not gonna make it?
Right.
How can you believe? You're going to do better than what you're doing now. So that's why I say, like, when you was like, what would you say to somebody who's scared? I'm gonna just be honest, where I'm at in life right now, nothing.
You ain't got time for that type of energy around you.
I don't. I got time for energy like, yo, I want to do it. Right. Like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm scared. But I ain't got time for I'm scared and you hiding under the table. Right. I got time for I'm scared, grab the gun. Like, we out here. I ain't got time for those who hide under the table. Yeah. But if you like, oh, right, I'll show you how to load it.
100%.
That's
That's
what
what
I
it is. Look, I
do.
love that answer. They can't be like, if you playing after this, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. So, y'all, look, but Miss Tarika Lacey, y'all, it was an honor. I had fun on this interview. You killed it. How can they follow your
Oh,
journey?
you can follow me on Instagram. I need to get better at posting, and I am at So Nice Cleaning on Instagram, on Facebook, So Nice Cleaning as well. My website, www.sonicecleaning.com.
There we
Um,
go.
I do want to get better at posting and stuff. I guess the clientele that I'm looking for, they're not on Instagram. Or they
Fact.
are, but they're not looking for us on Instagram. Oh,
Right.
but they are on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn.
Yep.
You can find me on LinkedIn on So Nice Cleaning. And I'm really not this personable on any of those platforms. So
That's what it is. So, are you gonna start that YouTube?
you know what? It's something that I've really been thinking about. I guess I've just been so just doing other things. I mean, but if you asking me that, then I guess it could be something because my man tells me, and when I finish this interview, I know when I talk to him, I'm like, AJ telling me about this YouTube. And he's gonna be like, but what I tell you, don't say nothing. That I guess because he loves me so much, it's almost like, oh, baby, that's so nice. I'm gonna put that on a refrigerator. That's
Right.
good. And it's trash, but you're gonna put that up there because
Right.
your grandbaby or your kid made it. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I kind of feel. But I think it would be something, just talking to people about this, the day-to-day stuff. I would really like for people not to make the mistakes. There's people that I have under my wing that I brought with me, a couple of cleaners, that came into the business. They just saw me in my truck or my car, that's all, tatted up, I guess you could say. It's all tatted up. So
Right.
they'll stop me and ask me questions, and I always will answer. And whatever they call me and they ask me questions about, I swear this fly is my grandfather or somebody. He just won't leave me alone. I always give out information. I give game out for free because the difference out of 10 people, one person, two people going to do it.
Yep.
They going to do it.
Yep.
Out of 100 people, maybe 10, they going to do it. This ain't for everybody.
100%.
Not for everybody.
Thank you, Miss Tarika. Make sure y'all go follow So Nice Cleaning, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Nice talking to you, AJ. Be blessed and well.
Thank you for watching my video, and make sure you hit that like button if you liked the video, because I know you did, and also hit subscribe, and right beside that subscribe button is going to be a notification bell. You gotta click that, because guess what? You never know when I'm gonna go live. As a matter of fact, I might go live right now, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my videos, all right? And if you want to start or grow your business, check out cleanbiznetwork.com, all right? We have cleaning business starter kits. We have a lead generation service to help you grow your cleaning business, all type of stuff. And also, don't forget to download the Calculated Clean mobile app as well, all right? So that's what I got for y'all until you click another video and go watch, man. Watch another video, why not? Binge on it, let's go.